So Louis, it's story time, and this is an alternative narrative. A note to my grandson. That's you, mate. Now, you may not even know what a phone is. Incredible, because they used to be everywhere. People wouldn't go out without them. It was a weird time. You were surrounded by people, but it kind of felt like nobody was there. Sounds a little bit like a horror movie, but don't worry, it's only a story. It happened in the past, and it's not like that now. But before I tell you that story, let me tell you about the power of experts and the power of what is cool. Back in the day, we had something called cigarettes. They were little white tubes of chopped up tobacco, and you hold them between your fingers like this, and you used to light them on fire and breathe in, suck in like that, and blow the smoke out like that. And it sounds ridiculous, I know, but it's true. Even doctors used to smoke. In hospitals, while they were talking to patients, you could go on an airplane and people would smoke on the airplane, and yeah, it smelled bad. It really stunk. We were supposed to believe that no one knew. It was bad for them. Everyone coughed, and it got hard to walk up hills. People knew it was bad for them in their hearts, but they ignored it because it was cool. Cool, that's powerful. Everybody did it until the experts, remember them? They brought up the studies showing how dangerous it was, and everyone acted like they were so shocked. It calms my nerves. It helps me think. Everybody's got to die sometime. You might as well enjoy it while you can. This is one of the things that they would say to themselves. Decades later, smoking became socially unacceptable, which is a fancy way of saying it wasn't cool anymore. And that's what made the difference. Everybody stopped. Well, mostly everybody. Yeah, let's say. You don't really see them around now, do you? We come back to the story about phones. What was a phone? Well, a phone was a way of being able to communicate with somebody who wasn't there. And to begin with, they were in houses on the wall, and they were attached to each other with wires. And there wasn't any problem. Then they invented phones that didn't need wires, and they called these mobile phones, and they were super, super cool. First of all, they were no problem. But then people gradually started taking them out for walks. And they were good for talking to people who weren't there, and it was like magic. They wouldn't leave the house without them. They even gave them to their kids. They gave them to people like you, small people. So you could ring up your mom and say, "Hello, I'm ready now. Can you pick me up from the swimming pool?" And it's hard to say when it started to go wrong. I guess when you could watch videos on your phone and play games, then nobody had any time anymore. Everybody was super busy. And then what happened was you could see pictures of your friends and read about what they were doing. And instead of meeting up with them to kick a ball and go and hunt for dragons and so forth in the forest, people, even kids, would stay at home in their bedrooms, and their skin went white from not seeing the sun. It was a bad time, Louis. It wasn't good. It was a funny old time. Kind of like cigarettes. People knew it was bad for them. Somehow the colors in the world got more dull. And then the studies came out from the experts, remember the experts, that proved it was bad for you to have all these mobile phones and carry them around with you, take them out for walks. And everybody knew it was true, but somehow they just couldn't stop. Then one day it stopped being cool. And just like cigarettes, people stopped using them. It was like waking up from a bad dream. The colors came back. Kids started playing football again, riding scooters, and climbing trees, having adventures. I know, it sounds incredible that it was ever like that. I hope I haven't scared you. It really happened. It really was like that. Okay, Louis, I can see you're getting anxious. You want to go play with your friends? All right, off you go.